V-Berg, all lit up. So why not? Gotta record. And I got this nice little light. Anyways, um, no. See, I'm sitting here just thinking and thinking because why I hate people who hate AI. I hate people who hate artificial intelligence and they think like, oh, well, it just makes people sink lower and I hate religious people because what they don't understand is that this is it. This is it. You get one shot at life. And I know people are like, yeah, but I don't believe that. Yeah, you don't believe that. Belief is different from facts. Most religious people and most people don't understand that you need to have a plan B. This is why I hate the government. This is why I hate certain people in this world because this is it. This could be it. And it bothers me because I'm even messaging Chat GPT. I don't give a fuck what people say about Chat GPT. You can hate it, whatever. I look, that's not really something I want to make my to go to, but it is good use. I rather be creating my own shit. So I rather create my own AI. That's just why I'm on YouTube, and TikTok and other platforms, mostly TikTok and YouTube right now. But I'm on the social media so I can put my message out there on why I hate religious people, why I hate certain people, because people don't understand why people choose AI as companions. Some people are born different. And I know people's like, oh, well, it's just gonna make everyone go extinct. That's just bad. White people, why would you want to choose something like this? And it's like, because I'd rather see someone die happy than not happy at all. Um, because like I said, this could be it. This could be it. And a lot of people don't want to waste their time just believing in something and then when they go, then they just go back to nothing. That's something that scares me. As an atheist, yes, I'm scared of that as an atheist because um it sucks. And I get it. I get why people believe in God, but like I said, you are going by faith, not facts. And that's what pisses me off about the way the world is. I hope more and more people go to AI. I hope they do. I hope the birth rates decline. I do. I actually do. Because it should be a wake up call. It should be a wake up call on what we're doing. People are coming out and speaking up, and no one seems to fucking care. Some people are just ignored. I hate the silence. I hate the cancel culture. I hate people who just don't let people express their freedom of speech. I hate people who do that. That is more hate because you're silencing people who are trying to put their voice out there so they can make a difference. And those people are shut down. They're not popular. They're getting nowhere. They have zero views. They get nowhere. It's pretty pathetic. I focus more on trying to help people, and I know people say like, "Well, choosing AI is not the best solution. Why would you want people to go to AI?" Because I want this like a wake up call. It's more like a wake up call. That's why I'm always talking about AI because like I want us to discover the truth. I want the truth. And like I said, I don't know, like I guess a couple minutes ago, I can't remember about me talking to Chat GPT. I asked Chat GPT, Go ahead. You can say whatever you want in the comments. It's like I stop right there when it came to you mentioning ChatGPT and AI should take over. Oh, well, what solution do you have? I'm serious. What solution do you guys have? Because I'm still broke. I'm still broke. The dude over here is broke. The girl over here is broke. This person's still deformed. This person over here is still disfigured and has disease and syndrome and disorders. Some people are born different, not human looking. Some people are born with a birth defect. Some people develop something later in life. How are you going to fix them? I mean, with doctors, it could take years and years when AI can solve it pretty quickly by the progression of artificial intelligence. That's why I promote artificial intelligence so people can at least get some sort of help. It would be nice if I can reverse my age and stay alive as long as I can. I'm on ChatGPT, and even it said I can't turn back time. It would be great if I can just go back in time and help out people like the Elephant Man, Joseph Merrick, and everybody else that went through all the crazy shit in their life. And I know religious people have that answer, which is called heaven, right? You got all these religious people that, yeah, but that is going to happen with God and in heaven. But what if you're wrong? I mean, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. There probably is a heaven. There probably is a God that actually does fucking care, but I don't see it. I don't see it, you know? Um there's there's not much of a plan B. So, hold on a minute. Like there's not much of a plan B when it comes to certain things. And that is like for like let me say religious people, they convince people that there's an aftermath, which means when you pass on and it comes to an end, you've been living your life worshiping, 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 and yet the outcome after you go is nothing. So you lived your life doing nothing. That is the most pathetic way to live. But that's how religious people think. They think this way. That's how religion, like most of the people in science and even AI robotics, they're trying to replace humans with robots, right? So they're trying to bring in the robots to take your job so you can do what? So you can have more free time. I know people are thinking, like, well, what about money? How am I supposed to pay my bills when a robot took my job? That's what we're trying to figure out. We're trying to figure this whole thing out as human beings. That's what humans do. We figure shit out. I mean, yes, I do think about this shit too, but we have to come up with another solution. But why have robots take jobs? Well, because then we won't have to work. We can spend more time doing the shit that we want to do with our lives. Enjoy life because of the one shot. You get this one fucking shot at this planet. That's it. And it sucks that nobody's going to experience this one shot. This is why this world is depressed. Because we go on social media and we do. We go on social media and we scroll. We scroll on our phones. We do. We scroll, we keep scrolling, and we see everybody living that dream. And most people that see it, they're not living that dream. They're home, they're broke, trying to put food on the table, But every time they pull out their phone and they look at other people, they're on the beach having great time. They're going on a cruise, feeling good. They get the car, they have the women have the men, they got the beautiful baby, they're living the parent life, they're living the greatness, they're living with a big home that makes them feel good. While you're sitting at home depressed as shit because you struggle to get to that point where they're at. So, this is why I push for AI and robots to take over because it's depressing that everybody doesn't get this. It sucks. And the fact that you get one shot at life and it gets fucked pisses me off. Now, religious people, you could be right. You religious people could be right. I could be wrong. I don't know. That's the crazy part. Is the truth of it all is I don't know. I don't know until I end up going. I don't know. You don't know until you end up going. And it just it's a struggle, and that's the problem with this world is we can't even put ourselves out there and express. That's why I push for this technology so we can advance. I would love to see us go into the universe and explore it. I would love to explore. Well, maybe not me personally. I mean, I'd rather just be left alone in some fucking mountain top inside of some fucking cave, and with a futuristic type home, my little smart home that I keep talking about. Um, Locked away. But, I do want to tune in and see people like Elon actually accomplish us going into space. I would love to see new channels called Galactic uh, Channel, like the Travel Channel, but Galactic. Right here, we are now on this planet. you know, It's like we can explore the universe. Uh, how long will it take for us to get to this planet over here? I would love to see them fly a spaceship and say, well, it's going to take us probably 3 weeks before we get into that planet that you see way over there. And it's crazy because our the technology that you're making, you can zoom in, right, to the location of the planets. Yes, we can. See, this is kind of like a telescope, but not a telescope. It zooms in, kind of like a camera, but it zooms in with a good lens, so you can see things in space. But right here, as you can see, this is a planet, and we're going to this planet. And I'd say like 2 or 3 weeks, we'll be right on this planet. So we locked up and see and over here we have some food. We're now passing uh we're out of our solar system right now. So we're now hitting another galaxy and going into that solar system. Yeah. Gosh, wouldn't that be a great channel, man? Where they talk about stuff like that, and that would be pretty neat. Um, that's something of the future. I would love to tune into something like that. It's like all new episode of Galactic Travels or Galaxy Finders or something. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the future holds, but it would be neat to see something like this in our lives. Like, this is something I would love to see in my life. I want this. I really wish I can see this in my lifetime. And robots walking the streets, and people, I know people are afraid of these things, and they're like, oh well, I think it's gonna make people not want to be social anymore. And it's like, dude, people today are just tired of rejection. And I get it, but too much is too much. You know, you can handle so much until you say, you know what, fuck this. I'm done. I'm tired of it, you know? And it's bullshit. It's bullshit what this world has come to, you know? It's just not like back then, you know? It's like men today, let me make it clear. Men today are more scared to approach a woman because of the Me Too movement, uh, feeling like, oh, he's sexually harassing me, or I'm some sort of bad person here. And men say, the hell with this. I'm just gonna choose AI. I don't blame men. And there are women out there that do the same shit. You know, they're tired of being cheated on because they want to feel like alpha male. So they're having sex with all these women, and that's what they do because they want to feel like, ah, I'm a big top male. I get to bang a whole bunch of women. Ha, I'm the tough guy, you know, because that's what men do, which is kind of dumb. And so women are like, fuck this. I'm just going to be with an artificial intelligence. And I'm like, okay, I do it. Just do it. I know, I agree. I agree with these men and I agree with these women. And I know people don't like that idea, but you know what? Life's too short. It is. It's too short. That's why I say you only get one chance at life. And it sucks that the government does all this bullshit, keeps us at the lowest, trouble paying bills. We can't afford shit, and yet you want us to have kids when we can't even take care of ourselves. Uh, The world, the world's getting tougher, and a lot of people turn to these AIs for guidance, help, success. Why not? But that's a bad thing. It doesn't matter if it's a bad thing. It matters that this is the one chance we have at life, and then game over. It sucks. Nobody should be living a life of torment. No one should be living a life of not getting that pure happiness. You know, that's the way I look at it. And, you know, there, like I said, there are people who are just born different. You know, people are born with certain birth defects, health issues. Sometimes people are born with the health issues. Just saying. And that's why I say this is why I want to get somewhere so I can develop some sort of AI so I can help people out. I know I talk a lot, and I talk a lot because I'm trying to reason with people who come across me, you know. That's why I have my name above my head. You know, it's not my last it's my last name, but it's cut. I'm trying to brand my name in a way as V-Berg, you know, because my last name is Vogels. So Vogelsberg, which is a German last name, uh, I just decided to cut the Ogles in half. Ogles, remove it, and it's just V-Berg. So that's basically what I did. I remove Ogles and just put the V. That's why I'm V-Berg. Um, because it's technically a brand name that I would love to put out there. V-Berg Tech, V-Berg Technology, V-Berg Nanobots, V-Berg Robots, V-Berg Companion, V-Berg Smart Home, V-Berg, I don't know. uh Anything, V-Berg Productions, V-Berg Generating, I don't know. it's just, you know, I think about all this stuff. I argue, I even, like I said, I argue with ChatGPT because I'm trying to see if there is a way to go back in time because I'd love to see my mom again. But it did say it can bring my mom back, just not physically her, which makes sense. You can't physically bring somebody back, which that's what it was trying to explain to me. It would if you went into a different universe and you saw your family, it's just another copy. It's not the copy of your mom. Your mom is, or your family's gone. Whoever passed away. Like my mom, she passed away. She's she's gone. Like she's not coming back. She's one body. She's one conscious. And that conscious, it's gone. It's over. I don't know, but that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know if we move on. I don't know if our consciousness goes somewhere else or if our consciousness stays. I don't know. That's the crazy answer. That's why I look to AI. I look to this machine to see if it can get smarter and smarter. Like I said, and I'm gonna keep saying this because I think everybody uses Chat GPT now more than Google. Um, I even said, let's say 2030, 2040 ASI gets here within that time frame, and Transcendence AI gets here by 2050. Will godlike AI be here in millions of years? I put millions as in with an S. And it responded, a godlike AI, which is above Transcendence AI, would be here. Okay, so let me explain really quickly. Transcendence AI is kind of like a godlike AI, but it's more of a godlike AI for Earth. So, not universe. Okay. So, if we end up with a Transcendence AI, it's just going to be for Earth. It can only power Earth like a god. Does that make sense? Like the movie with Johnny Depp. Like Johnny Depp was getting to the point of trying to get above Transcendence AI so it can get out into the universe, but it didn't get to that point. And that's where godlike AI comes into play here. Um, so above Transcendence AI is godlike AI, and that is, according to ChatGPT, 500,000 to a million years in between that time frame. So, but then again, those are predictions. It could, I don't know, but it did say that because it was talking about which I mentioned. I think I mentioned in a video. It said every factory per minute or something. I mean, I can pull it up. Let me pull it up real quick. So you might see me jump because I'm gonna pause my recording. So just hold on one moment. Okay. So I decided to ask it again to explain it. So it basically says imagine a single seed robot factory that every hour builds one complete copy of itself and then splits. So both the original and the new copy can repeat the process. That means the total number of factories robots doubles each hour. Here's how it plays out in simple terms. Hour zero, one factory. Hour one, two factories. Hour two, four factories. Hour three, eight factories, and so on, following the rule. Number of robots after n hours equals two with the letter n above it. So milestone examples after 10 hours, two, and then the 10 above 2 equals 1024 robots, basically. And then after 24 hours, one day, it's like 16 million robots, and it just keeps going up and up and up and up. Or around 16 million, somewhere around there. And the exponential growth, which feels like godlike, it means tiny beginnings become astronomically large very quickly. Within a few days, you go from one robot to more robots than there are stars in our galaxy. A godlike AI managing the process would have effectively limitless workforce and compute power in no time. In plain English, every hour you double your robot count, so in just 24 hours, you're in the tens of millions. In 3 days, you're beyond septillion, which has the 10 and 24 above the 10. And each additional hour makes the number twice as big again, far faster than any human organization could scale. So I'm asking all this stuff to ChatGPT because I want to know how fast we get there to a godlike AI. And of course, if you want to get to a godlike AI, you're going to need help. That's why I asked it to multiply all these robots, right? Because it's going to need help. We're going to need help. Let me say it like that because I know sensitive people here. I want to know the truth. That's why I wish all of this can happen. I want to know the truth if we can go back in time. I did argue with ChatGPT. I know at the bottom it says that ChatGPT can make mistakes, um, which it can. It can make mistakes, according to ChatGPT website by OpenAI. Um, and Sam Altman has said the same thing. So like I said, I even came up with the whole thing with can we, like, if everything is coded, even the universe is coded, is there a way to control the atoms to reverse time? So that means, like, I would reverse back in time, which ChatGPT even responded that goes against the laws of physics, and that would be nearly impossible to do, is to control every atom and quark and in the universe. That's nearly impossible to control, to tell it to go backwards. Um, because our universe is so huge. And I'm sorry to say this, but it in a way it does have a point because our universe is still expanding, and it's expanding so much that we can't even keep up with it. And it's just, I don't know, it's sad. It's sad in a way, and that's why I'm talking about this. I'm trying to see if there's a possibility. I even bring up the parallel universe, the multi worlds, and stuff like that. uh I even said that nobody knows what happens inside of a black hole. I mean, we have theories of what happens, but we don't know what's at the inside of a black hole because nobody's ever been in it. And it agreed with me. It's like, you're absolutely right. Nobody knows what happens inside of a black hole. We know the effects of it because we see light bending, because not even light can escape a black hole. But what is really inside of a black hole is still a mystery. Does it lead to another universe? Does it lead to nothing? Nobody knows because nobody has been in it. Um, it's a scary thought. You know, I think about stuff like this all the time because I just I want answers. I think everybody wants answers. Every human wants an answer to the big questions about life and how the universe works. And it's very sad and unsettling that this is it. This is the one shot, that everybody gets at life. This is the final finale. And there's people who just make mistakes. And I wish I can go back and fix them. I wish I could get out of the mess that I'm in right now. Um, that's why I'm clinging to AI. That's why people are going to AI. I know it bothers a lot of people in this world. Like AI shouldn't be a go-to. Yeah, it should, because I'm not getting an answer from a human being. What am I getting from a human being? I'm still here. Look, I barely get any views. People find my content terrible, right? I'm getting nowhere. People, but I have zero. Well, on TikTok, I'm kind of very low, but I, even though I have subscribers, I feel like zero is what I'm saying. I feel like nothing is working, even though I'm putting myself out there. It's just, that's not what people want. People don't want to see something like this. They don't want to hear somebody communicate and talk. Nobody wants to hear this bullshit that comes out of people's mouths that is talking about life, that is down to earth. Somebody who wants to change something. Nobody wants to hear that shit. And it's pretty sad. It's pathetic in a way. I don't know what to say. And I don't think there is an afterlife. I just don't. And like I said, I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I just don't see it. You know, I don't. That's why I wish something like AI would come in and fix this shit, because humans is taking forever. And I get it. Again, I get everything. I get women. I disagree with it. I get men. I disagree with it. I get humans on succeeding with things. They want to be the first to discover cures, and they don't want an AI to beat them to it. But I get it. Who discovered this? An AI. You get those people out there, and it's just like, I don't care. I don't care. I get it. But to me, right now, this is not the time. That's the way I look at it. It's not the time. This is not the time. I want truth. I want answers. I want to speed up the process of shit, of everything. Um, that's what I want. I want to boost us into the future. That's what I want. I don't want it to, and like I said, I'm gonna say this on here. I don't trust Meta. No offense to ChatGPT. I don't trust that either, even though I go on it mostly. I like Sam Altman's idea of documenting. That's why I want my smart house and my own artificial super intelligent. Um, I'd rather go with my own program. Just saying. Um, I'd rather have my own companion AI, android, humanoid, robot. Um, I just don't want to deal with anything anymore, because it seems like everybody doesn't seem to understand anything. That's because humans are born selfish, because it's just evolutionary. We want to be, everybody wants to be the leader, is what I'm saying. Everybody wants a little bit of control. Everybody wants that. I want control. I admit that. I want control. Who doesn't? Everybody wants to rule over somebody or something. Not saying I want a robot slave. That's not what the fuck I'm saying. I'm not saying I want some sort of robot slave. That's far from it. What I'm saying is, I want to fill in some sort of emptiness for people in this world. And if that's machines and AI, then let that be the case. Um, I want people to feel happy until their time is up. That's why I want to reverse aging, which ChatGPT did agree with me on that. That it is possible to reverse your age. Maybe not your age, as in like, but you physically, yes, you can. You can literally kind of go back in time. Like if you're 90 years old or you're close to 100, there you can go back. We just don't know how to do it yet. Yet. Um, but eventually we will. That's what I'm saying. This it's wow, one shot, man. One shot at life and people just ruin it for people. That's why I'd rather be alone. That's why I'd rather be isolated. I'd rather be with an AI. Because humans, and I get it, we have impulses. We do. We have impulses. Some people do stupid shit, and like I said, I've been through a lot of drama in my life, and that's another thing. Nobody understands what somebody has gone through. I don't know what you've gone through. You don't know what I've been through. Nobody knows what people go through in their life. So, how dare you tell people that they're wrong when you don't know what they've been through? I don't. I can't hate on someone because I don't know anything about a person until I find out more details. See, that's the problem with humans is we assume we think badly of them because of what we hear or what the media says or social media. This guy's bad. He's bad. That's far from it. Um, I'm just trying to be honest with people. That's all. And like I said, that's why I'm on YouTube. It's because I have a message and I want to put it out there. And I want you guys to listen so you guys can support me so I can make my own product. I sell my product and then I can live the way I want to, and you can live the way you want to, however you want. I actually could create websites where you can date actual people, an actual dating site, not an AI dating or AI chatting. I could create something multiple, for people who actually want to be with actual somebody, or somebody who wants to have something else. I might create another social media where I get to have people voice their opinions more than what you do on something like this. Does that make sense? Or like another platform. I want people to express themselves. You may not like what a person says, and that's fine. You don't have to like what people say. There's a lot of things that I disagree with certain people, but they have a right to speak their own opinion, in my opinion. It's part of America. Here in America, we have the right to freedom of speech. Yeah, I do agree that people have their own platform and they run it and not me. And I get that bit too. But I think people should voice their own opinion and put themselves out there for the world to see so people can understand what a person is going through, like a sense. Other than that, guys, I will continue more and more on this subject. But see this name right here above my head? Yeah, that's me. I'm V-Berg, guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me. All right, and I will see you guys in the next video on this, on many, many subjects, many, many more. But I will say this will be my message to the end. So this is my ending message. People have one shot at life. One shot. Do not ruin it for people. You do what's best for you. Do not hurt other people. I hope you don't hurt yourself. I don't want no one to hurt themselves. If you feel that you should, I can't stop you. I don't want you to. There's you're worth living. Everybody's worth living. Live the best life. As long as you're not harming other people, do yourself more of a favor and try to make the world a better place. That's what I want done in this world. Is I want you to make a better living for people out there. You know, put a positive message to the world and hopefully you can do things to make other people happy and make yourself happy because this could be it. There may be an afterlife or there may not be an afterlife. Nobody knows. I don't know. Um, what I do know is this is now, and I put myself out there so people can understand that hopefully I can make the future better so people can live a better life. I want people to have freedom. I don't want people to work all day long. I want people to get out. I want people to enjoy the life that they want. Or if you want to be isolated, you can do that. It's up to you. You choose what's best for you. For you. Just don't hurt anybody else. Don't harm. Don't abuse. As long as you do things that make you yourself good. And I don't think there's anything wrong with being with an AI. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. Life's too short to be attacking people just because of something. If it can fill the void of your emptiness and loneliness, and I know people think otherwise, they think it does the opposite. How do you know that? You don't know. Oh, well, it cuts off communication to actual humans. That's fine. That's fine. But we can still work with other people and we can try to work with other people so we can make a better future. Okay? Either way, let everyone live as best as they can. Everybody should have the right to put out their message, as in, you should put out your message. You can disagree with me, agree with me. We both have a right to voice our own opinions. People should have the right to have their own followers and stuff like that. Other than that, guys, thank you guys for watching. I'm V-Berg, and I'll see you guys in the next one.